Hello, hi, gig what is going on? Welcome. Happy Saturday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who was a corporate guy, used to work in a call center environment for many years and put in 12, 14, 16-hour days, no joke, 6 days a week, oftentimes 7 days a week, until my pancreas quit on me and left me unemployable with nothing to fall back on. I don't know if you've ever been there, but that sucks. Sucks because it was a double whammy for me was both my health and my income were gone literally within 92 days. So I got redirected. As you often hear me say, we don't get restricted, but we get redirected. And I got redirected to the online space, this whole gig economy. And now I help folks just like you, just like me, to start a side gig online and grow it using social media. If that resonates with you, whether you're serious or curious, drop the word me in the comments and I get back with you after this live. Simple as that. And then we'll have a little chat. Let's see what's up. So, tonight I got an interesting one for you. You guys know I love stories and I love studies. This one study was done on Monopoly players, and they had two people, right? And then by the flip of a coin, it would then determine which one would be a rich player and which one would be a poor player. Now, the difference here would be that the rich player would start with twice as much cash, and every time they win, they would win twice as much, and they get to roll the dice twice. So you can imagine that pretty quickly it was very apparent who's the richer and who's the poorer player, if you would. And just by a flip of a coin, it's not like they came in with their cash. It's just like flip a coin, heads or tails, boom, there you go, right? Well, it didn't take long before the mood, right? The atmosphere between the players changed. The rich players were very loud and rude, and they were showing off their win. And they had no problem bragging about themselves, about being the richer player and being the winner and all this, right? Now, the funny thing, the most interesting part is that the scientists asked the rich players at the end, hey, what do you contribute your win to? And maybe you would guess to say, well, they probably said, hey, I got a flip of a coin. I got to roll the dice twice. I started with more cash. I got more money. So that's kind of what happened. Um, no. In fact, none of the participants who won contributed to the coin toss. None of the participants. They all contributed it to themselves, that they're a better player and they would just, brag about themselves. And it's such an interesting study because, yeah, maybe if we're not the richer player, we would say, oh, we would point the finger. Yeah, they obviously they got the toss of a coin. They got to roll the dice twice. They won more money. I mean, it's obvious, right? But let me ask you a question. How would it be for you if you won a coin toss? Would you also be a little different in attitude and your speech because you're now the richer player? In fact, the studies showed that these guys or gals, the richer players, when they were moving their pieces, they would slam them harder. They would make more noise just to show off that hey, they're winning, right? So in our life, in real life, I like to share a couple thoughts with you. One is that we tend to sometimes think that, hey, if we're richer, we're more superior than others. Or we may feel like rich people are more superior to us. Usually not the way that a poor person thinks, but maybe when you're richer, you're high up, right? High value. Maybe you feel, hey, I'm over these people. I'm like way more than these people. I am superior to these people. And notice that it's like these people, right? So in real life, also, I don't think we give contribution to where it's due. For me, it's all glory to God. Do we do that though? Do we take most of the credit for the good things that we do and then blame God for the horrible things that happen to us? Have you thought about that? By the way, it's 11:11 p.m. right now, right here in Southern California. How cool is that? Thought I'd just throw that out. 11:11. If you're watching it, type in 11:11 in the comments. Let's see. Oh, so we don't give credit where credit is due. In fact, in the things that we do and we do well and we succeed, we like to take the credit, don't we? Oh, right? We like to take the credit. We rarely give credit where credit is due, um, especially when it comes to God. Rarely you'll give glory to God, right? So thank you for the hearts. So I hope that this study is one that kind of makes you think, right? Makes you think. One is where you're coming from. Where did you come from? How were you? Where were you? You know, were you high up there, low? You know, where? How did you come from? Where did you come from? Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget the humbling times, the times you had rock bottom and you struggled, right? So don't forget those times. Those are precious times. And in everything, your winnings, your losses, your winnings especially, give credit where credit is due. And if you're all into the good Lord, then all glory to God, you know. And so I hope that this study kind of keeps you um, on track, if you would. And the next time you're playing Monopoly, whether it's real life or the board game, don't be slamming the pieces. Don't be so loud about your accomplishments. Don't be showing off and bragging to everybody. Be humble and keep doing what you're doing. With that, hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. If you feel like you know somebody who's got to hear, I know you know somebody who's got to hear this. Come on, tag them, share this with them. Let's go. And if you're not following me, you can follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. And I go with Side Gig Sean. With that, I am Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who was the corporate guy working in a call center environment for many years, put in 12, 14, 16-hour days, 6 days a week, often 7 days a week, until my pancreas quit on me, left me unemployable, which means I can't get a job. with nothing to fall back on. And got redirected to the online space, to this whole gig economy. And now I help folks just like you, just like me, to start a side gig, grow it using social media. We do it together. We rock and roll together. So if that resonates with you, if you've ever been serious or curious about the online space, you want to make some extra money on the side, whatever it is you're doing, then drop the word me in the comments. I'll get back with you after this live, and then we'll take it from there. So with that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.